Hello, class. We're live. It's 2021, and we're going all the way back 20 years ago to 2001. The Human Genome Project completed the sequencing of the entire human genome. A byproduct of this effort was the identification and mapping of more than 1,000 human disease genes. The large amounts of data generated by the Human Genome Project have been organized and made available to scientists and the general public via several databases. One Mendelian inheritance in man is one example. OMIM is a catalog of human genes and genetic disorders developed by or for the World Wide Web by the National Center for Biotechnology Information, NCBI. The database contains information about the research history of the diseased gene, different inheritance patterns, a clinical synopsis of the disorder, and information about the molecular nature of the mutation or defect that leads to the disorder. In this activity, you will access the resources provided by the National Center for Biotechnology Information and research the details of a genetic disease using OMIM. Answer the questions when you reach them in the procedure. So we're going to go to the browser. These websites do tend to change year to year, so if you click the first link, it will take you to the main page. And then the next two links will bring you exactly where we need to go. So the second link brings you here to genes and diseases, and we're going to go to the chromosome map, and that's the third link. So here's the map of the human chromosomes, and there's 23. So our answer to the first one, there's 23 pairs of chromosomes. The special last pair is the X and the Y chromosome, and these make you biologically male or female. At the center of each chromosome is the centromere. That's dividing it into the long arm and the short arm, just like two different halves. And each chromosome has a distinct banding pattern, and that's going to correlate to the location of the genes. And different organisms have different amounts of genes, and it's not like bigger organisms have more genes. It's really independent of that. For humans, there's about 30,000 genes they were able to identify. And I'm going to let you pick a chromosome number and do a little research, click around, and pick one of the disorders. We have a list of different things to get you started, but of course there's more things out there, and we're going to let you research that. It's 2021. There's new things that I haven't heard about. For example, when I started teaching, I didn't know that there was something called Liddle's syndrome. And Liddle syndrome is a mutation in this gene. This is a sodium pump gene in epithelial cells. And this will lead to, if I looked it up on Wikipedia, which, teachers always tell you don't use Wikipedia, but if you follow their sources and you look for it, it's really not that bad this day and age. Let's see, chromosome number 16 is where Liddle syndrome mutation is. And I believe it's a dominant trait. Yeah, so if you click on their links, like I found one here, and that'll take you to some actual research. And an abstract's kind of like the introduction. It's kind of like a little bit of a summary. And then the full text PDF if we want to read more about the actual clinical research that went into, finding out about this gene. So your homework, you're going to have 90 minutes to work on this. And that's 2 class periods. So a class period's 45 minutes. This is going to be your lesson plan for about 90 minutes to research. 1 through 6 is review. And then research some different diseases or disorders or mutations and answer the following questions with that. When you're done answering the questions on day 2, you're going to get a template and you're going to make a presentation of your research. So you're going to share your findings. And this will be in the online learning platform. And all you got to do is fill in what you find, and you'll be graded accordingly. And we're going to share with the class and do a little show and tell. With that being said, thank you for joining, and get started.